Hey y'all, it is Friday, April 5th, 2024. Hello, how are you? Happy Friday. Let's get right into it. Let's get into it. Listen, I hope you did something that brought you joy today. I hope you laughed out loud, and I hope you shined your light because the world needs more of that. Okay, so today was the Final Four of March Madness of women's basketball. And for those of you who don't know, I am a huge basketball fan, like huge. I love good basketball. And tonight there were two games. They were absolutely phenomenal. However, the last game, the second game with Iowa and UConn, the game was great the entire time until the last 3.9 seconds of the game. But there were so many life lessons in this game, right? Why were the last 3.9 seconds significant? Because there was a foul called during this time, and UConn was down by 1. Now, I wanted UConn to win, but even if it had been reversed, even if Iowa was down by 1 and this had happened to them, I would have the exact same response. You don't call that foul. You don't make that foul. And I'm saying this so that you can see how basketball is reflective of life, right? And so I particularly don't think you make that call. And when I was coaching, I was very animated. I was very vocal about certain things, especially involving my girls. If I felt like you had wronged them or cheated them, then I was going to be very, very vocal about it. And then the star of UConn had a press conference, and she said that people are going to be talking about this. They're going to be talking about that foul, but it should have never came down to that. It should have never came down to that. She said, I should have been better. I should have done something better, made better choices, better decisions, made better shots, I wouldn't have put my team in that situation. Now, as a fan, I still say you don't make that call. But as a human, and watching this young woman who is 21, I think, somewhere around their early 20s, with such poise and such accountability. Accountability is a superpower. No, it should not have came down to that one call, and that call should have never been called. Like both things can be right at the same time. But for her to stand tall and to take ownership of her part in the situation allowed me to take a step back and say, it's more than basketball. It's beyond the baseline. I used to tell my girls that all the time. It's more than basketball. This is about life. This is about how you show up. This is about what you do when you're down. This is about when calls don't go your way. How do you show up? When life throws you a curveball, what do you do? What do you do? How do you respond? Just think about, are you holding yourself accountable for your decisions, the way you've decided to show up in this world, the way when life is unfair, when life is unjust, how you decide to move in this world? It's all about that. It is not just one thing. Your life is made up of millions of moments. And she reminded me that even though that may have been crazy, whatever the situation, that you have a choice in how you show up. Are you holding yourself accountable? That's the question. How are you choosing to show up? I love basketball. Been the last few hours have been fantastic. And even though as a fan, I'm upset. But as a former coach, I love Paige Becker's response. I love her response. And it allowed me to take pause and say, I may not agree with that call, but that call did not determine the game. It did, but it didn't. You know what I'm saying? So, how are you showing up in your life? Are you holding yourself accountable? And if you're not, what are you going to do to better yourself? But that choice is yours. So, let's choose fantastic. Let's make kind loud, and always, always, always pass the